Good morning, everyone. My name is Dan Vallone, and I'm the chair of the Stewardship Committee. This is our third week of our pledge drive, and next week we're hoping to wrap it all up. We had a very good week this past week. The first 2 weeks we had $58,000 pledged, and then last week alone we had another $58,000 pledged. So we currently are at $116,000. This is 66% of our canvas goal, and we're 66% of the way through our pledge drive. So that works out really nice. This year, the most we've ever had pledged, as far as I know, is $154,000, and I believe this year we're going to be north of $161,000. So this is really good. I'm very encouraged by this. Oh, and this is the shirt I wore in my wedding. Oh, stars in my wedding, and this is special for today. Thank you.
Into worship with the words of Reverend Michelle Collins. Come, awaken your senses to this moment, where we practice the revolutionary act of noticing the breath that sustains us, the beauty hiding in ordinary hours, the small things that keep hope alive. Come, let us train our attention on that which leads us home. Come, let us worship together. I invite you to rise in body or spirit to join our voices in our opening hymn, number 144, Now is the Time Approaching. standing as Maureen Hayes lights our chalice with these words by Cheryl Block. In this sacred space, let us be still in the quiet. Let our hearts open as a butterfly's wings. May the glow of this light shine within us. It's time for our story of all ages. Our story today is a Zen Buddhist wisdom tale called The Farmer's Luck. This month, we are exploring the power of paying attention. Today, we're focusing on some wisdom from Buddhism about the importance of keeping our attention on the present moment. Sometimes our minds race ahead of us. We decide right away that something is good, bad, lucky, or unlucky. But when we get stuck in frustration about what has happened, or rush to judgment about what we imagine will happen, we lose our balance. By focusing our attention on what is actually happening right now, rather than what did happen or what might happen, we can find our balance and return to a feeling of calm. So with that in mind, I want to tell you a story called The Farmer's Luck. Once there was a Chinese farmer who worked his poor farm together with his son and their horse. When the horse ran off one day, neighbors came to say, "How unfortunate for you." The farmer replied, "Maybe yes, maybe no." When the horse returned, followed by a herd of wild horses, the neighbors gathered around and exclaimed, "What good luck for you." The farmer stayed calm and replied, "Maybe yes, maybe no." While trying to tame one of the wild horses, the farmer's son fell and broke his leg. He had to rest up and couldn't help with the farm chores. "How sad for you," the neighbors cried. "Maybe yes, maybe no," said the farmer. Shortly thereafter, a neighboring army threatened the farmer's village. All of the young men in the village were drafted to fight the invaders. Many died. But the farmer's son had been left out of the fighting because of his broken leg. People said to the farmer, "What a good thing your son couldn't fight." "Maybe yes, maybe no," the farmer said. What I love about this story is how it reminds us that there is almost always a way out of worry. By saying maybe, the farmer shows us how to remain in the present moment rather than rush into the future with imagined worries. Placing our attention in the present moment doesn't mean we don't care about what might happen. It just means we can respond with more wisdom, patience, and calm. Thanks for listening. 391. Voice still and small. It is written incorrectly in the order of service. So it's 391. Follows the spoken prayer, you are invited to come forward and light a candle for any joys or concerns you hold in your heart this morning. One of our congregants, Ava, requested this prayer. Spirit of love and life, source of all that is, we ask you to grant wisdom and empathy to those with power and privilege. Spirit of truth, we come seeking the courage to see ourselves clearly, not the selves we perform for others, not the selves we wish we were, but the actual landscape of our hearts, the fears we dress as principles, the exhaustion we ignore, the joy we rush past without naming. Teach us to notice what stirs in us without shame or hurry. Help us befriend our limits as sacred boundaries, to track what makes us alive and what drains us dry. To honor our body's wisdom when it whispers, may we grow gentle and honest in our presence, learn to see ourselves as we are held, beloved, finite, and becoming. May it be so. Amen. I light a candle for all the joys and concerns of those beloveds joining us virtually. And I light a candle for all else that we hold in our hearts and minds this morning. If your heart is hurting, know that your community is here to help, as is Reverend Jane. Please reach out with any needs. I invite Angela Lesperance to give a testimonial this morning.
Hello, everybody. Chanting means a lot to me. I look forward to Sunday services with the rituals, the sermons, and the music. My favorite is the music. I've always loved music and used to sing in choirs at school and college. I find the notes soothing and the lyrics meaningful. During the pandemic, we had visual and audio presentations that helped us get through the times we couldn't be physically together. Now we have a chapel to sing in. We have Gabby as our music director and a choir. What a great treasure we have. I find it funny that during the recessional music, instead of leaving, most of us sit and listen to the closing song. It is a unique tradition that is just one of the things that makes chanting special. Another thing is the welcoming spirit. From my first visit to everyone in between, people greet me and show genuine care about how I'm doing. I really appreciate this. In return, I volunteer my time and treasure to this community. I encourage you to consider how much chanting means to you and complete your pledge form. If you don't have one or need the email, let me or Dan or anyone on the stewardship team know. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Our invitation to the offering is written by Reverend Eric Wickstrom. He says, to write your own words for gathering the offering. Many congregations say the same words each time the offering is taken. Yet, there is an opportunity here to reflect on just what it means to be a self-sustaining and life-giving community. What is the meaning of giving, of generosity, or of your congregation and its place in your wider community and in the lives of its members? Where does the money go? What does money mean? All of these and more are subjects that could be reflected in the offering. For those of you watching the service online, you may contribute to a virtual offering plate using the donate button on our website or by mailing a check to the church office. I invite the ushers forward to receive the offering. that you give and all that you do for our church and its wider concerns, we give thanks. Here's a quote by Oliver Berkman. Your experience of being alive consists of nothing other than the sum of everything to which you pay attention. At the end of your life, looking back, whatever compelled your attention from moment to moment is simply what your life will have been. So when you pay attention to something you don't especially value, it's not an exaggeration to say that you're paying with your life. Ezra Klein says, when we cede control of our attention, we cede more than what we are looking at now. We cede, to some degree, control over what we will care about tomorrow. I invite you to rise in body or spirit to join our voices in hymn 64, "Oh, give us pleasure in flowers today." It is an unfamiliar hymn, so Gabby will play it once through before we start. What does it mean to inhabit our lives? And what does having it, and what does it have to do with attention? To truly inhabit our lives requires close attention to ourselves, those moments which make up our lives, and how we choose to pay attention. What we pay attention to and how much is often a struggle. When there are things going on around you which you find to be highly distressing, or when you are in physical or emotional pain because of personal or relational challenges, it is particularly hard. Who wants to stay in a state of distress or pain for any prolonged time? Inhabiting our lives brings understanding for ourselves and the world around us in the moment. It has the potential for learning, problem solving, and personal growth. Boundaries in terms of what we pay attention to in the moment are important. In order not to overwhelm ourselves too much of the time, paying attention to what is highly distressing or when we are in pain requires us to pay enough attention in order to process it, but also requires us to focus on how we can learn, problem solve, and grow. For example, I limit my news consumption depending on my level of distress. That doesn't mean I don't know what is going on, but that I'm in control of what I consume. I choose a few broadcasts on public radio and TV to watch. I also support other independent media, which are reliable sources of information, such as Maryland Public Television, the New York Times, the New Yorker, the Atlantic, and the Banner. I support groups which advocate for the rights of the people, such as the ACLU, AARP, and NASW, the National Association of Social Workers. I have a garden flag in front of my house which says, "No king, no dictators, no oligarchs." I also go to as many protests as I am able. I've been at the first two No Kings protests and will attend the third one. I'm taking a class for continuing education entitled Exploring Collective Trauma and Collective Healing. It helps me understand more about trauma on a societal level, which leads to the perpetration of violence and how the perpetration of trauma affects the survivors. It offers solutions to repair both the trauma in the perpetrators and the survivors after the fact. I participate in many activities in which I inhabit my life. They provide ways to pay attention more closely to myself and those around me. Often they are enjoyable and put me in what is known as a flow state. I'm paying such close attention to what I'm doing that I am completely involved in it. And it does not require any conscious effort. I'm sometimes in a flow state when doing yoga, working as a therapist, viewing art, listening to music, or engaged in sports, which require close attention to technique and safety concerns. Membership at Channing Memorial Church and my work as a worship associate offers me opportunities for spiritual growth, support, and fellowship. My wish for everyone is that you inhabit your lives to the best of your ability and continue to grow. May it be so. Amen. Please rise in body or spirit to join our voices in hymn 108, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. As you leave this space made sacred by our presence, may you practice the art of truly noticing yourself with honesty, others with compassion, the world with clear eyes. Remember that attention is love made deliberate. So go with courage to look closely, to stay present, and to let what you witness reshape you as well as the world. Go in peace. Amen.